This is Women Abuse Prevention Month, a time for everybody to get involved and to raise more awareness. The Director of Philanthropy and Community Engagement at Halton Women's Place, Carm Bozzo, joins us now with more on what you're doing. And of course, this month is more about just bringing attention to the issue.
Absolutely, yeah. We want the community, all communities, to stand up and just be more united in this issue during November. It's a time to highlight the issue, to support women, to support survivors, to get involved in your community shelters. Wear purple, because it is the month of wearing purple. I think a lot of times people don't realize the statistics around women abuse prevention or women abuse, and this is a wonderful opportunity to highlight some of the staggering statistics that still are here in 2024.
Right. You've been in this business a while,
a long time.
2 decades. Have you seen any improvements in things?
What I've seen is that there are more women coming forward, and sharing their stories. And that's something that at Halton Women's Place, and I know a lot of shelters are doing, is wanting women to know that they can come forward, share their stories, feel heard, be seen, know that they're going to be believed, providing such compassionate care at Halton Women's Place for sure. Knowing that we're more than a shelter, women can call the crisis and information line to get support, even on the phone. They can call for weeks and weeks to create a safety plan. Friends and family who are having questions about maybe a friend or a family member that perhaps they're thinking is in an unhealthy relationship can call. We have many, community outreach programs. So women that don't necessarily need to come into shelter and live in shelter can still use our services. And I think that's a really big, I think throughout the years what I've seen is that education also has come out, that you don't have to necessarily live in a shelter, but you can still use the resources that something like what Halton Women's Place has.
Right. And I can imagine that with the housing crisis right now, you say that you've got women staying in shelter longer before they find other housing. I can imagine that that's also part of the reason that women are reluctant to leave.
Absolutely. It's such a barrier, and we're seeing that all across Canada, of course. And it's something that I think that Halton Women's Place is going to be talking about in our next strategic plan is housing, because last year alone, our average stay was 94 days. And like you said, I've been here for a long time. 10 years ago, I would have said women stayed for 6 to 8 weeks, but to stay months and months, one thing is that they're not able to move forward and start their life free of violence, right? There's no housing to go to. But also then other women who are in immediate crisis can't access a shelter bed. And that is a huge issue for all shelters, and we're feeling that absolutely with Halton Women's Place. And so that is definitely something that we're all looking at, and we need to advocate more for, and we need the community to help advocate for. The housing crisis is a crisis for everyone.
How else can we help?
Oh my goodness. Well, this month for sure turn purple. I know Halton will be turning purple with our flags, and the pier will be purple. But also, help us advocate for policy change and connect with your local women's shelter, and ask how to support with volunteering, with events that we have. We just had our big walk on Saturday. Just help us to make a bigger voice so that we can be a bigger voice for women and children. And
look out for your friends.
Absolutely.
Friends and family, right?
Absolutely. Ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Listen, hear her. And if you need to call Halton Women's Place to find out if she is in an unhealthy relationship, we're there for you.
Okay. We'll get all the details up on our website, chch.com/morninglive. Thanks for all the important work that you do.
Thank you for helping us to share the message.